Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League lower bracket round 1 here with Mercy versus Dinastia. Here we have Mercy's killer up first on the Artist in Cold Tower 1, and we have Merc once again back on the killer for Mercy here. Very excited to see this match as Merc we've seen Merc play before. They're an excellent player, and we have them on Artist this time, and they're up against Yamit, Saigis, Kriz, and Fur on Dinastia, which are also very good survivors, so this is going to be a very good match, hopefully. We do get some Killer Instinct here with a near miss on the bird here at lower mid, but we do see some scratch marks going up towards the 9 side. Looks like our build is Agi, Wretched, Painrest, Corrupt, with Hands and Festering Carrion. So, bird spread on Swarm survivors, and it takes 0.5 seconds longer to clear that. It's either 0.5 seconds longer to clear the Swarm or 0.5 seconds lower cooldown on the birds. One of the two. Pretty sure it's bird cooldown. But we do get a very good early tag here on Chris. The question is, can we follow it up with a down? Artist very strong in the chase, sometimes a bit lacking in the macros. You kind of have to just walk everywhere, and if survivors are good at dodging with the birds, it's a bit tough, right? We do get the down here, up towards the one side of the map, and we're gonna... Ooh, we see a survivor lurking, perhaps a beamer by Yamit? Ah, it was a firecracker. And looks like we're going to be getting our first hook here. We could see two gens in the background. Pain Rest is in play. Will the gen finish? It's a double gen. The Pain Rest does not finish. And we hear the gen right next to us. Disaster for our survivors. This is not good. Oh my. Literally one more second. Maybe if Yamit was able to distract the Merc here for maybe a second or more, that gen would have popped. That would have been a very good. They were doubling that 3 gen. So all of that effort here being regressed with that Pain Res. Gonna drop the chase here. We're gonna go back towards the hook. The hook being really close towards our gen is also dangerous. We do get a very good tag here with birds and a spread with the hands. We're gonna go chase our survivor here and get a hit on Yamit with our wonderful triple bird at 1, but that means our birds will be on cooldown for quite some time. I believe it's like 15 seconds if you use all 3 birds, and will they make it to the window? They do! That vault could be game-changing, as it does give them a significantly longer chase than getting down over there, as they do have main to play. But the question is, do we have birds to hit here? Oh, we do. Merctus just cracked on the Artist, man. Oppa. We're gonna get the down here, and they do finish the gen here at 3. But if you think just how much longer that took, right? That's like 1 extra whole chase for that gen to finish when it could have finished earlier. It looks like we're not going to be pain resing Yamit here, so we'll be taking our second fresh hook and our second hook stage of the trial on the board. And we could see Fur is working on a generator towards the 11 area. We do get Killer Instinct, and we do see another survivor run towards Shack. I believe it was Saigis. And we get a pre-drop here by Kriz. Oh, my mistake. I believe Fur is working the gen at the 1 area, and it was Kriz on the 11 area. Oh, we get a run through the pallet while throwing the bird, forcing... Oh, I mean, it's edge map filler. You just die there. Like, if you drop the pallet, you die. If you don't drop, the Artist runs you down and then once you, oof. Another hook here, putting Kriz on death hook, making our tunnel out, making it very obvious who the tunnel out now will be. That's the generator at 1 fin. Oh no, sorry, that was the generator at 7, guys. I got my clock all mixed up when looking through the survivors. My bad. But not generator at 7 finishes as Fur gets it done. But this is a pretty good spot for Arthas, right? Having a tunnel out at 3 gens remaining, this is what you want to see, especially on a map like Cold Tower, right? Where main is a pretty dangerous spot here for Artists, as chases can last quite a bit there, and Merc has done such an excellent job with their birds to shut down those chases in main. We're gonna get some birds here, aiming 1 down bottom mid, 1 at the hook, trying to cut this off, making it hard to pull here, because if we do get a bird injury, right, they can't pull. It'll be a bird injury into an M1. We do get a bird here on Yamit in mid. Ooh, we're just gonna take a hit here, and it's gonna be a hook trade from the looks of things. They're sending the Wretched Fate Survivor to unhook. It's a very good play, and it looks like we're gonna opt to hook here. Are we gonna pain res? Ooh, we're gonna try and pain res. Fair enough. Merc deciding that, hey, I'm gonna need a pain res. Let's get some regression on the board. Maybe we could turn this into a 4K, I don't know. It's looking like maybe a 4K1, but maybe a 4K2 is possible. 4K3 seems pretty unlikely with the gen progress currently. But it's not over yet. If Kriz here, they do manage to get a reset. If they manage to re-stealth, this will be insane. We do spot Fur, and we spot... No, we spot Fur... That was Kriz at the bottom, I think. Or no, it was Yamit. But it's very important for Chris here to stay stealth and like not die, as having 4 survivors in the trial will more likely result in outs. We're gonna run. We're gonna get hit up here with a bird. Oh, we're gonna opt the M1 instead. A fair play, and we do get the pull here because of that. Well, I think they were gonna get the pull regardless, but good distraction here by Fer to get that pull happening here for Skies. Psyche, sorry. We do see them running towards top mid. And we do get a bird here on Chris. This is who we want to find, as Merc is going to go and proceed to chase Claude here. We do see the birds over the rock, meaning that she is right over here. Ooh, very good stun here by Chris. They need to make this chase last. Honestly, like, we need to see maybe at least 1 gen pop from this chase, or it's looking very much like 4Ks. Very good dodge, but they will take an M1 for it. They do get into main. And we will be taking chase. We get a hit on a survivor, but not the one we're chasing, as Fer gets put on a gen. Will we get a slug here? Maybe a triple shot into a slug? Yes! Oh, Merctius just cracked on the artist, man. What can I say? As Fer goes down in bottom mid, buying our killer slightly more time, as the gen pressure in bottom mid stops. Like, the gen isn't being progressed. And if they want to pick Fer up, they're going to need us. Very good jiggy there by Chris. They're going to need to send a survivor to pick Fer up if they want to get them up before this, before Chris dies here. They lose the 50 and unfortunately will be going down here. We see a survivor working this gen. We know where all survivors are at the moment. Are we going to see us? Are we going to commit the slug? It looks like we are. Get this down possibly. And we are very sure that Yamit does go down there, as Rick shot a bird at every single exit from that like filler tile. Yeah, that filler tile at 12. Like, there was a bird at every exit there, so Yamit really couldn't do much. Well played here by Rick, getting those slugs. Very good bird usage, honestly. Like, you really can see, like, this is a practice set. This is their set. They picked this. They're confident on it. We're getting these bird hits. We're getting the bird downs and injures. It's absolutely crazy here. Wonderful to see. Will we get the hit on Psyches? Not quite. We got a near miss, and we're gonna opt to continue chasing Yamit here. Yamit gets a very wonderful stun, and I believe, was it smash hit? Looked like they were really fast there after that stun for a second, but we will have to see later maybe. But we're gonna be chasing your mid. This is, I think, maybe 4K1 for our survivors here. What a lunge and what a hit here on Yamit. Very good stuff by Mert. Are we going to poke here? As one of these 2 survivors, I think it's Yamit. One of the 2 survivors have not been paid rest. I'm pretty sure it's Yamit, because Psyche's was the one that was upgraded. Yes, and we do get the pain rest here. I think the best possible thing right now is to chase Fer, down Fer, pain rest Fer, or if like even potentially slug Fer if Psyche's does not pull Yamit. But instead we do find Yamit, as we don't know where Fer is. We're gonna opt to send a bird. It barely doesn't connect, unfortunate. But they do make it to this tile here at 9. Very good bird hit, aimed right at the window. And do we get a bird down? Oh, they're kind of zoned here. Oh, they just barely dodge it on the rock. But, like, you're at the rock. Can you make anything here? Can they make the pallet? And the answer is no, and they do go down for that. Will we see a pick or a slug? We're gonna get a pick. Putting another survivor here on Death Hook. This is perfect. If we find Yamit, put them on Death Hook. This could be a 4K2 if a gen does not pop from the next chase. Because you're not really expected to finish a gen in like a 2v1 unless the gens are so progressed. Oh, I mean, the gen is progressed, so maybe it will be a 4K1. We'll have to see. But it is very much looking like a 4K here for Merkt. Which I would say is pretty good on the artist. We're gonna get a down here. Oh no, they do not shoot the birds. Looks like we're just gonna M1 down. Yeah, fair enough. Are we gonna get a pain rest? Like, a pain rest is a potential here, but it looks like we're going to just shoot a bird. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna shoot a bird, we're gonna pick, we're gonna pain rest. Ooh, we hear that the gen in Shack actually has a lot of progress. So this is it could be, I'm honestly thinking 4K1, maybe 4K0. Like, everyone is injured. They don't have time to get the reset here. And if they get the reset here, like, their gen prog is just gonna go down the drain, right? Ooh, we do get a hit here. It looks like they aren't resetting. They're just trying to get these gens done. I'm surprised the gen in main hasn't been finished. And it's a pretty hard one for Artist, as she does have to go up to main to stop, and she can't just like shoot birds at it. Ooh. Get the pull here. Very good dodge here by Yamit, but they are stuck edge map now. They'll opt to die in the corner, and this is probably a 4K1. Psyche's does have Wretched Fate here, so it is slowing that Gen prog down significantly, 33% slower. And honestly, I think this is a big thing, right? Like Wretched, if it wasn't for Wretched, I'm pretty sure that Gen pops at this point. Opt to slug here, which gives Fer a chance to get Yamit back in the game, but we're gonna commit a chase here on Psyche's, which is our Wretched Fate player. I mean, killing them probably is the worst survivor to kill out of the three, but it gets them off that gen that's threatening to pop right now, and that's what we need here. And we're just gonna take an M1 down, and we're probably gonna hook. Fer, instead of up. Oh, we are not slugging. We are going to hook. Okay, I mean, it does put it into 2v1. And I would say like maybe slugging would be better there, but I guess this makes it a guarantee that it's probably like they're probably not going to be able to pop this last gen. It does bring it to a 4K1, which is very good stuff here from our survivors deciding to stick that Shack gen instead of picking Yamit. And they still managed to pick Yamit in the end. So props to Psyche's there for getting that chase to last that long to pop Shack gen and to pick Yamit. Maybe they'll get a reset. It seems unlikely at this point though. You can see our survivors here kind of just splitting up. One is in Shack, one is in mid. They're trying to hopefully, like, the goal is either they get a reset, right? Like, the two lines I could see here is like, well, they get a reset, they both get healthy, and then they tackle the 1v2 and hopefully pop that gen at 1. But that will cause the gen to regress a lot more. The other option is one of them tries to sneak one, and the other one takes chase and tries to pop it for that single health state chase, which is also quite risky because, like, they could just die with one health state and there goes the generator. Looks like they're going to go for the former option where they're going to try and get a reset here. We see our survivors here resetting in the 5-tel, but we do spot them, which is disaster. But we're going to chase Yamit instead here. Ooh, they're in edge map. This is very bad. But they do manage to make a tile from that M1. Unfortunately, they are now injured, so this chase probably won't last as long as it could have if they managed to get the full reset and like start to chase on a more ideal location. But I think Merc here is gonna decide to not continue chase here as we're gonna go back to the generator, and we see Fer all the way here at the 1 area, getting on that generator that's about 70% complete. And we will be engaging chase with them right now. Get a very good bird hit through the wall. Merc has been on point with these bird hits, guys. Very good stuff by them. Oh no, Fer getting stuck in the wall. And this puts them on the injured state. We see scratch marks. We know where everyone is. We know Yamit is somewhere here on the top side. We spot them at 12. Oh my. Very good sidestep there by Yamit. Drops the firecracker. Unfortunately, does not connect the blindness. Rick did hear it. And we do get the down. And it's all up to Fer now to try and finish this gen. But like, I don't think the gen prog is here. Will they be able to recover this for our survivors? They have to somehow stealth past 12 here, and the artist has to not see them. They are injured. They see the scratch marks. We see the survivor, and it looks like we'll be entering our last chase of the trial, as I don't think Fer has the distance to make to recover this situation. Oh my, 4K1 here for Mercy. I mean, honestly, that's a pretty good result for Artist. Like, Artist sometimes struggles on some maps. On Cold Tower, sometimes in the mid area. But I'd say 4K1 is a pretty good result. And well, that will set their win condition for Dinastia's killer at a 4K2 with a tie condition of a 4K1. Do we get a bird hit here? No, but like there's nothing for Fer to make here, and we just get an M1 down here, and that will be concluding our first match here with a 4K1 for Mercy. Oh my, what a match. Honestly, very well played by the survivors. Getting that recovery, getting it from a 4K2. It was very much looking like a 4K2 there. First decision making there, or maybe it was their IGL, I'm unsure, but the decision making by the survivor team there to finish that Shack gen instead of resetting Yamit slugged in the corner of 3 while the other survivor was in chase. Like, that was very risky, but it got them that last generator, so like, oh my. Take a risk, sometimes it pays off. But with that, that will be our first game here for our first set here on Artist. We're gonna have Dinastia's killer up next, and it's going to be a win condition of a 4K2 with a tie condition of 4K1. So I hope to see you guys all then, and we'll get the next lobby started for you. See you in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket, lower bracket round 1 here with Mercy versus Dinastia. This time we have Dinastia up on killer with Fur here on the artist with a win condition of a 4K2 and a tie condition of 4K1. So I'm very excited to see how it goes here in Cold Tower 2, and we have Noah, Merkt, Bandit, and Tyleon for our survivors here for Mercy. Looks like we find Merkt first on a first chase here in Shack as two survivors we could see hop on a generator. Ooh, we do get a blind. And for our build, it looks like we're running Corrupt, Pain Rest, Erupt, which is a very standard combo. And instead of Wretched Fate, we have Rapid Brutality, which is also a very popular combo on Artist. And for our add-ons, we have Hands, which is, I think every artist in comp will run Hands. Without Hands, Artist kind of struggles when survivors play together. And we have Egg for 4 birds. And also slightly faster bird disintegration, where they like go away. They don't stay around for as long, which can be a downside or an upside depending on the situation. And we do see a survivor here at 1. We opt to like drop the chase. We did opt to drop the chase here in Bird. We did shake Shack Ballad from that. And we do tag Noah here with birds here in main. And they're going to run towards 3 towards Shack side. It looks like our death spot here for Mercy might be decided to be down at Shack, as all of the gens at top are being worked right now. We could see Bandit and Tyleon probably doubling a generator, I think. And we have Merkt here on another generator. Will we get the injury here? Not quite, as Noah does manage to get out of the range of that shotgun spray of birds, and by shooting that many birds, it does put our power on a significantly longer cooldown. So we're an M1 killer for about like 12 to 15 seconds, depending on how many birds. And we do take the ballot here. We are in chase now once again here in the 8th tile. This is a very good chase by Noah, potentially game-winning as we take our first tag, and it looks like we're running towards 9-10, which is expected, as Shack has been spent. Might just decide to like take chase here and possibly like just loop this tile for as long as possible, as our gens are almost done, but that eruption hits Bandit's gen, and it is big disaster. Oh, I just realized it was not a double gen. My mistake, as that was a triple 3 split. And the first gen pops there. Will we get a pain res? We don't have agitation this time. Which means that maybe we won't make it. Merc might finish that gen. Oh, Merc let go for a split second. They're trying to stick it, and it does not connect, as the generator here is pain rest. We could see it over there at the 1 o'clock area. That Merc letting go there is big. That gen not finishing. Oh my. We did pass by a hook, so they probably called hook, and it wasn't the pain rest hook, unfortunately. Merc does make that window vault as goes for a swing, but unfortunately comes short. We do get the unhook, and we do hit Noah and Tyleon attempting to reset from the looks of things. It looks like someone hops in the locker here. Tyleon on the Dwight in the locker, and Noah also, I believe, hopped in the locker over there. This is big. We get the eruption here, and we're off to chase our tunnel out here on Noah. This is, like, I'm pretty sure at this point the gen at 1 is finishing. Maybe the gen at, the gen we just erupted at 10 might finish as well? Or 11? As there goes the gen at 1. We have to get a fast, so Fur needs to get a fast down here. This next gen that finishes will put us at our win condition. Oh my, as a gen does finish there at the 10th tile, and it looks like Bandit was working Shack, and Shack was about maybe 70%. This is danger. We could very easily get back to our tie condition here. Ooh, we do spot Mert rotating towards the Shack gen, but I think they have enough distance to make the window, and we do not have any birds available at the moment. But there's no filler tile, and we do get tagged here at the bottom mid. So it's very important that we make sure not this Shack gen does not finish. However, all 3 survivors are injured, which is good here for Fur, but they need to convert these injuries into downs fairly quickly, and I believe we need to cash in some pain res charges here. A bit of a spray of birds, but Merc cleanses just in time. Crazy stuff. Well played. And oh my, this is they got a full reset off of this. Very good chase here by our survivors. You can see they really practice this artist set. This is like Mercy's pick, right? So this is, you're expected them to be practiced with the set. So not surprised that the survivors like know the matchup very well. And unfortunately, Merc will go down there and we will get the pick. Will we get a pain res is the question. Ooh, we can see the gen at Shack get pain res, and we have another gen here at the... I think this is the 10th tile or 11th tile. Somewhere top, I'm pretty sure. Or was it either top or 3? My apologies. But this is bad. This is very dangerous for our killer here. If we don't get a lot of momentum going for us, get a lot of gen pressure, both gens could pop and it could go from we're at the win condition to tie condition to set win here for Mercy. A bit of lag there. Alright, we are doing a bit of catch up, I guess, as Dead by Daylight servers once again are so amazing. But we do catch our survivors here. We catch Noah, we catch Merkt here. Looks like Noah's gonna play with Merkt, which is fair. But as this chase happens, sorry, a gen did pop, and we have that Shack gen being pressured right now. Bird's thrown Shack, but no connection. Looks like Bandit managed to get reset here. This is looking very like a very strong position for Mercy. I'm pretty sure this is looking like they're taking the set. Unless Fur here gets some insane chases going, like with like immediately like Force Slug right now, but against survivors at this caliber, like they're not gonna mess up that badly, and we're probably gonna be seeing the last gen finish any second now. Just really attempting to down Merkt here. We don't even have Eruption, I just realized, on our Shack gen. And with that down, I believe that... Oh wait, no, it's 75%, and we have a double here. Our survivors here opting to double two... not double the Shack, the more progressed gen here. They're going for a 2-pop, maybe to secure outs, but unfortunately the hook here will be towards... right next to the double gen, which is... not ideal. You don't want the hook right next to your active gen, especially the one you were doubling. You throw a bird, hit Bandit in Shack. This could potentially be bad. Fur is not out of this yet with that very strong hook placement, but the problem is, right, they can't really watch the hook. Like, this hook down here would have been stronger at bottom mid. They can't really watch the hook and stop the gen, so they just have to concede the hook, unfortunately. And are we gonna get a little stagger hit here? I think the birds are maybe spaced far enough apart, but unfortunately no connection as our survivors do get out of the way. We see our survivors on the gen once again. Oh, the gen pressure. Both gens at like 75% is crazy here. This is borderline undefendable here for Fur. Unless they get, like, what, Eruption right now into a Pain Res, into another Pain Res, maybe, and then keeping both getting both gens regressed enough. But, like, big cluster of birds there for info, but unfortunately no connection, and we are on a long cooldown here as we did send a bunch, and that gen pop does give us our set win here for Mercy. Very good stuff. Bandit the GOAT. I mean, we've seen Bandit last season in Blood Rush League. They're cracked as fuck. They're one of our match staff here as well, so big shout out to Bandit popping that last gen, getting their team that set win. But it was a whole team effort as everyone on this team like absolutely played out their mind. And Fur here, I mean, they've had some good hits, but like, I don't know, the survivors are just on point with this set. They just know their stuff. Looks like Merkt here is hit taking for our survivors. Will we get a bird hit? Unfortunately not. We still have one more bird. And Merkt manages to run into the bird here instead of getting hit by it. Very good stuff. And with that, that will be our first set here with 3-stage 2 fresh. And I believe Noah is just running straight to the hatch, and there they go. Wow, what a first set. I'm very, very impressed by Mercy's performance here. But next we have our second set with Hillbilly. Ooh, a very strong killer here. Very explosive killer on Torment Creek with Dinastia's pick. And I'm very much looking forward to it, as, you know, they pick Hillbilly. It's probably a killer they practice a lot. They're confident on it. So we will get that lobby set up. We will see how it goes, and hopefully we'll get to see some very cool Billy curves and some chainsaw action in a bit. So please stay tuned while we get that lobby set up. Hello and welcome back to Lower Bracket. Round 1 here in Blood Rush League Season 4. We have Fur once again on the killer, this time on Hillbilly and Torment Creek playing for Dinastia. This is Dynastia's pick of Hillbilly. Looks like we have a Bamboozle here in the Shack as first chase with Noah does happen. And we also have Corrupt Ruin Eruption. Will we get a Clobber? We get a cheeky little M1 Clobber here on Claude. as they do not drop the tile here at 5. Oh, will we get a double clobber? Ooh. Well played here by Fur. We hear a generator over here getting let go. We know a survivor is nearby. Being a tier 1 killer here in Blood Rush League, we do not have access to Pain Res, but we do have Eruption Ruin here. Ruin very, very, very strong. And if Ruin is cleansed, we do have the backup of Eruption. We're gonna chainsaw all the way down here to Shack. Just checking on our Ruin Totem really quickly, seeing what's up. There's a pretty good first down, honestly, by Fur here on the Billy. The cheeky little double clobber on Noah. It's something you have to keep in mind still on Billy, right? Like the chainsaw is very scary, but sometimes survivors may actually zone themselves from like resources and will be M1 instead. But it looks like Tylian here in the chase. Well, we got a curve. Tylian with a crazy stun here at top mid. Oh my, extending the chase even slightly. It looks like we're gonna drop and go back, maybe? Oof. What a crouch there by Merc to dodge that hit. Will we get a clobber or a chainsaw? Looks like... Oh, we're going for a locker play here. How will this go? Will we get the pull from the locker? Not quite! Good patience there by Merc as we get the clobber all the way here up in the 12. And in the background, Noah is pulled off the hook and we will be going straight back there, perhaps trying to find our Claudette here to tunnel out. If we can get them before they get reset, it makes them both insta-downable by the chainsaw and by our M1 here, which makes, honestly, it's very scary when you're against Billy, right? Because, like, there's some instances where you would opt to, like, go into a position which is compromising to take an M1 to avoid a chainsaw down, but if you do that while injured, you go down regardless. Another thing I'm surprised to see is that there's no Mither. We don't have no Mither in the builds here, which is fairly common against Billy, as it provides a survivor the ability to play extremely aggressively, as Billy is unable to keep them slugged. They will have to hook and pick them. Pick and hook them, sorry. Oh, we're gonna get another double clobber here on Bandit in the edge map. Bonk as Bandit goes down. We see a bird take off towards the gen. We know a survivor is there at the 11 area, but we're going to go main. And we're doing our best here to keep our survivors constantly off these gens, getting massive ruin value this game here for playing really, really well. We just need to find our hooked survivor. And I believe this is Tylian. It is. We get a BAM on the window. Will Tylian make it to the pallet? They do, but they do not get the pallet stun. We do have another pallet here. We get Blue Saw as Tylian manages to avoid it. We go for an M1, but they somehow get the stun. That was a crazy stun. I swear, if I was on Survivor there, I would have gotten body blocked up. Tylian playing out of their mind this game. Oh my. But for hot in pursuit here as the Survivor did get picked. And Tylian gets a crouch around the corner, and it looks like we're going to opt to drop that as they do manage to get that window vault and avoid an M1. Looks like we've taken away the pallet here at the top mid, and we do spot, I believe is this Rift here? Oh wait, no, I think it is Bandit. We do spot Bandit here on Jake. Like, looks like we're not going to fully commit there. We're like forcing our survivors. We're bouncing between all of our gens, and we find Noah. This is perfect. This is the chase that you want to get the down on here. Getting a survivor on Deathhook would be big at 4 generators. Very good pallet for them there to get out of the way, as that's a fairly strong pallet. Will we get a down here? Almost with a curve, but oh my. Noah managing to like crouch and dodge it. Like, these survivors are absolutely cracked. Holy. We're gonna get the vault here and the BAM, and will we get the clobber? Or are we gonna get the saw? Looks like we're going to go for the saw, and we get the curve here for getting such a clean curve on our, I believe this is our 4th tile? Oh no, sorry. 7th tile. And we will be getting a hook down at 6. And this will secure our potential tunnel out here on Claude. But a gen does pop, 2 gens pop in a trade for that hook. Despite our ruins getting a lot of value here, we hear Mert potentially in a pretty poor position here. If we manage to get the down here on Merc, this will be big, but they do get the pull on Noah. And Merc makes it to this edge map filler. We're gonna fake a chainsaw and swing, but Merc just pre-drops it. Oh my, very good stuff here by Merc. They get the vault, win the 50, and they are out with life. Merc somehow not dying on the edge map tile is crazy. it just goes to show, like, these survivors are absolutely insane, man. Like, Mercy is a very strong team. We saw them last season in Blood Rush League, and we see them once again this season. Tyleon in chase here. Doesn't have much resources to work with, I'll be honest. So we're gonna have to see him pull some magic to avoid this down. Yeah, good good attempt, like, trying to play the corner there, and unfortunately they will be down and slugged for that. There's just no resources for them to play. That's honestly, like, in my opinion, that's the best they probably could have done. Like, maybe if they got a crouch tech there to dodge, that would have gotten them a bit more, like, time and chase, but nah, I would be happy with that chase, considering there were absolutely no resources there. Oh, what a stun by Bandit, despite the blue saw. Oh, the blue saw just expired as the stun happened. We have to find Claude, and it looks like we do. We find Noah here on the 9 side. They get the vault. Will we get the mind game? Ooh, looks like they're just gonna send it. Very good read by Noah there, winning that 50 to make it to this style, but will they make the pallet? No, instead they will crouch around the corner, dodging that saw. Will they make... No, they don't go for the window vault. They try to fake it, but unfortunately they lose that 50 as Infer does not double back and just full sends it for a clobber. And that will be our first sacrifice with 2 generators remaining here. Our survivors, all injured currently, all working away at our generators. We see a generator about to pop. We're going to enter our final gen situation very soon. Oh my, as we force a survivor off of that gen that's 99, pretty much, as Ruin kicks in, getting us even more value, just doubling back, making sure no one is hopping on that gen, checking the gen next to it as well. This is a pretty tight 3 gen here on the bottom side, but they have to make sure that gen over there at the 4 tile does not, 3 tile does not pop. And the generator here at 6 does not pop either, but, like, with both generators having this much progress, as for I would be very scared. This is a dangerous position as the generator does pop there at the 4. We do spot Kate. We're down to one generator remaining with a lot of progress here, but this could very much turn into a 3 slug situation, as in a 1v3 it's significantly harder to recover slugs than in a 1v4, as you have a lot less manpower, and with Ruin in play, every moment you're not on a generator, that generator is regressing. So hopefully we'll see some huge ruin value here for Fear, and potentially see a 3 slug. We do spot Tyleon. They need to not die. Oh, we also spot Bandit here. They go for a pick, but unfortunately they do not have enough time to get it. They do have a medkit, however, which will make the pick a lot faster. And we are off into the chase here, trying to get the down here on Bandit. They managed to pick Merc. Will we get a hit in the... What a crouch by Tyleon, and... Oh my god. Oh, these crouch decks this game, man. Absolutely crazy. This is looking very good now for our survivors. They managed to get the slug recovered despite both survivors being spotted. Bandit absolutely juicing, as well as Tyleon here, able to get Merc back in the game, and potentially our survivors back on our generators. We know that 6th gen is very progressed here, and they've also been working away at, I believe the 5th gen also has gonna have a bit of progress. Slight progress, not as much as the 6th gen. So, like, I mean, for Billy, these gens are kind of holdable. The other gen is pretty decent here. And Torment Creek is a map that's quite open and allows Billy to, like, get across the map pretty easily. We can see a survivor working away on the generator here at 9. And I don't know, like, this needs to get... We need to get some slugs going again really quickly. We need to get these chases done very... and Fer needs to get momentum back on their side, because the momentum, in my opinion, is very much in Mercy's side right now, despite the 2 injuries. And it looks like Tyleon here is going to get clobbered, as they only have an edge map palette. They do get the down despite the hit, and a thing to notice, this is also like a ping match. So, a bit of ping unluckiness there, but it hasn't been as egregious so far, thankfully, so hopefully our survivors and our killer are happy despite the ping difference. Will we get the down here on Merkt? Yeah, we will. Oh! That's insane! Merkt with the plot twist! Merkt with the plot twist is crazy here, forcing the pick, meaning Bandit is free to run and reset Tyleon. Will we get the reset is the question. It looks like Fur here is worried about the generators and Bandit deciding to full send it with Dramaturgy to get the pick. What a plot twist! You know, what a big turn of events here for our game. That plot twist could be game winning. That forces the pick here for our killer. Oh me, oh my. We're once again in chase with Bandit. Bandit's still healthy, so they can't really get clobbered here. They're going to have to get sawed if we want a quick down. Playing around here, not quite connecting, giving them a bit more distance to make a resource. But that resource has been spent, and we do get a saw. Very good saw here around the corner. And we do get the manual pick here on Merc instead of fully using the plot twist, allowing them to plot twist once again. But we are now in chase with Tylia. This is bad. I think, honestly, I think Merc should have fully recovered with the plot twist there. As now we are back in our 2-slug situation here, but this time one of our slugs is not able to recover. Merc here at the cow tree, trying to go recover the situation for their team. We do have Unbreakable on Thailand here, but it looks like Merc is going to be picking them to save that. Oh, Merc in a chase here, so we're gonna have to see Thailand pop that Unbreakable. And Merc has to take chase away from this slug right now. Oh, what a stun! Good stuff by Merc here, they just have to send it. Oh, we're gonna opt to manually pick here, and we're gonna force a plot twist again! Oppa! Holy shit, Merc! Actually insane plays by these players. Merc keeping their team in the game. Thailand running as fast as they can to pick Bandit. But will it be enough? Oh my god, Thailand coming back instead to pull Merc. No! Merc, Thailand does go down. And it's all up to Merc once again here. Thailand, I think, still has Unbreakable. Merc somehow has to make something happen here. They do have DS plot twist, so we might see a decisive strike play, maybe a forced pull from a locker, or a forced grab off a pallet, or maybe just a plot twist in the killer's face. Oh! We do see a plot twist in the killer's face, and I think Fur here is aware that it's very common to see plot twist DS. We're gonna opt to drop here. Looks like Thailand's Unbreakable might have been used, and we do get the we do get the DS, we do get the pick on Bandit! Oh my god! Mert, you're insane! What a play, but a thing to note, by the way, Ruin is still in play, so our gens are now all at 0, probably. But, whoa, I am speechless! We have all of our survivors back in the game here. Unfortunately, Merc will be going down, and I think this will be them being sacrificed, and we're gonna go into a 1v2 here with Ruin active with no gen prog. This is not good for our survivors. It's looking like a 4k1, but Merc doing their best to keep that. No, I was gonna say if that Beamer manages to connect. Merc, very well played by you, and we'll see if our survivors are able to get any sort of gens done. We do have a gen at like 40% and another gen at 0%. We do spot the 40% gen, and we're gonna chase. I believe it's going to be. Was it? It's going to be Bandit off the gen. It's up to our survivors here to have like a crazy chase. But the thing is, right, we have Ruin, and I don't see it even despite if these survivors have crazy chases. Like Fur just won't overcommit. That a gen popping here requires a mistake from our killer here, which I don't think Fur will make. Oh my, and we are down to our final chase of the trial here, as Bandit does not have any anti-slug available to them, and Thailand, I believe, is Sprint Unbreakable, despite the perks being lit up here for our Spectator. I love our Spectator bugs in Dead by Daylight. And looks like we will be getting a final chase in this 4-tile. Will we be getting a down? We still have the pallet. We still have some stuff that can happen. If Thailand manages to last and chase long enough for Bandit to bleed out and they get hatched, that is also another notable thing. A fresh hook bleeding out and a survivor getting hatched will absolutely ruin the win con here for our killer. Actually, sorry, will absolutely ruin the tie con here for Fur. That is a mouthful. They do get the shack down. Will Bandit bleed out is the question. Is Thailand just has to last in the chase. Even if they die and get hooked, I think Bandit bleeding out is a big notable thing. Like, this will make our win condition here 4K1 instead of a tie condition. We have Bloodlust 1. Looks like we're gonna just Bloodlust. We're gonna Bloodlust Thailand down and get a very big clobber here. Bonk. As we're gonna opt to pick Thailand here. And that pretty much guarantees that Bandit is going to bleed out. Giving us Fresh Hook bleeding out, which only awards 1 hook state and no Fresh Hooks. GG's here for our killer with a 4K1. This will mean our win condition for our next killer is a 4K1 with no tie condition. Unless a Fresh Hook bleeds out, the tie condition of a 4K1 with a Fresh Hook bleeding out is a thing. So we will have to see. But honestly, Fur did such a good job there in that to make sure that last gen didn't pop. But I have to say, Merked, holy shit, you were cooking. Huge plot twist value, huge DS value, absolutely insane. Like, it's, I don't know what to say, just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. If it wasn't for Ruin, I'm sure that was probably a 4K0 or outs. It's just Ruin really carried the day there for Fur. Big Ruin value, and I'm surprised like the totem didn't get clans considering they did spot it at Shack and there was no supporting totems. But with that, we will be right back as we take a short intermission to get the next lobby sorted. This time with Mercy back on the killer. Very excited to see them play again with Hillbilly and Torment Creek with a win condition of 4K1 and a tie condition of a 4K1 with a Fresh Hook bleeding out. So please hold momentarily as we get the next lobby sorted, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League lower bracket round 1 season 4 here with Mercy versus Dinastia with Mercy on the killer on the Hillbilly trying to match it. Merc, you're crazy, Merc. What the fuck? I was still doing the intro. Okay, we got a very fast first down here on Shack. We have Infectious Fright. Is that Thanatophobia? Infectious Fright, Thanatophobia, Ruin, Thrill of the Hunt here with, I mean, eerie, eerie engravings and spike boots. But it looks like we got a very quick first down on our no mither player by Merc. A thing to note also is our win condition is 4K1 with a tie condition of 4K1 and a Fresh Hook bleeding out. This is due to Bandit managing to bleed out last game as a Fresh Hook. I mean, yeah, no, with an explosive first down like that, that's crazy here by Merc. Well played. Sagi's just getting caught out there, unfortunately, which, I mean, can happen as Billy is very quick, right? Like, you're looking one way, you don't even have a chance to look the other way before you get down, which is unlucky. It happens to the best of us. It happens to me a lot more. Unfortunate bump there by Merc as they try to go slightly wide to curve around that corner. Oop, okay. Damn attractor, we could wonderful crouch tech, but uh-oh. That's not good. Guys, we are stuck. Help, door stuck. As Yamit goes down here at the bottom mid bottom mid tractor? Yeah, I think it's a tractor. No, and we get Fear here in top. In mid and main, and we do get the pull there while Yamit was trapped. We do get the pull in basement on Psyche's, so they don't go second, and very good crouch there by Fur, and we get a clobber in return, which I honestly is a good trade. Clobber instead of taking an M2, very good. Oh no! Unfortunate bump here by Merc. It feels like this is honestly. When I'm playing Billy, I also bump on everything. It feels like everything has double their hitbox when I'm playing Billy, except for the survivors, which have half of their hitbox. It's probably because I'm terrible at Billy, guys. I'll be so for real. But these killers are not terrible, and they're fucking cooking. And like, ooh, we do see a survivor. Do we get the hit? No, we don't. Unlucky. But we do get the vault. We do not have BAM in this build, however, as that means Shack window is still available. But with Thanatophobia here, I honestly, if I were Merc, I would want to get Chris injured. Thanatophobia will punish them for playing injured, and what a wonderful saw. Oh my, we get a Infectious Fright proc as well. Oh, we opt to go to main instead. We catch the survivor finishing the gen as main does pop here, and we find Fur in main. Oh my, we're on to another survivor here at bottom mid. And it looks like, oh, this is perfect. This is Chris. This is the person we want to get injured. Even a clobber here would be good. That would have been such an amazing curve. But getting Thanatophobia 4 active is so strong here. If our killer manages this... Uh-oh. Are we not able to vault? Disaster! This excavator is getting everyone stuck today. Oh me, oh my. Ideally, I think the tunnel out here will be Psyche's, and then we'll have a 3-slug going. We get a break here on our survivor. Everyone is injured, right? So there's a threat of the saw and a threat of a clobber. What a curve on the medium vault on Psyche's here. And we're gonna get a hook and put them on death hook. This is exactly what Mirth wants. Oh. I'm surprised that hit, I'll be honest. Like, there is ping involved there, I'm pretty sure. Unlucky. But that is our tunnel out secured pretty much. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's DS on Psyche's here. Oh, and we catch our survivors. We hear Chris take a fall there as they vault the left side of that tractor. And we catch a survivor in Shack. If we're able to deny an unhook here on Psyche's, that's actually quite big. Or at least force a significant hook trade on someone without a recovery perk. Do we catch anyone though? We're just hovering the hook, looking for the unhooker. We spot the unhooker here, we get the block. It is Kate, and we're just gonna get a hook trade. Gonna saw Kate in the back as Kate manages to get that pull. And we are on to our final chase here, and looks like we're gonna opt to drop, which is fair enough. Like, if you're suspecting that's a DS player, like, you could just drop that and come back later, as if you get the down, it really doesn't matter, right? Like, it's no matter. Oh my. Fer here taking chase in the top area of the map. They will be going down, unfortunately, here at the 11 side. And we're gonna get a slug here. This is big info, as it lets us know that there's no one nearby, as Infectious Fright did not trigger. So the survivors are farther than our terror radius, which is 40 meters. Giving us info that they are all in the bottom side of the map. We go in chase here with Yamit. Kate managed to get reset here, which is tells us that Psyche's is with Kate. Or Kate has a medkit, one of the two. And that turns off Thanatophobia 4, which is a big slowdown. Oh, a bit of an overflick there by Merc, very unfortunate. And we do spot Psyche's once again. This is perfect. This is who we want to chase right now. As if they did have DS, it is not active anymore. Will we get the down? They do get a pallet drop. Gonna take that pallet away from our survivors. Shack being spent here. Ooh. Will we get a clobber? I think we're gonna get a clobber or a saw here. Chris coming to take it down here for Psyche's. Very good stuff here. Survivors probably working away at the generators in the background, but with Chris going down there, that puts us back once again to Thanatophobia 4, which is a big slowdown. Unfortunately, it looks like Psyche's will be getting clobbered here as they have no more resources to play. A dead hard was attempted with a little saw rev to get it to fake a little. Sorry, to get them to fake the dead hard a little bit. And looks like Chris manages to pick themselves up with Unbreakable. And we have Chris running here towards the 5 tile, but looks like we're not going to commit that. Ooh, they commit a gen instead. Will we get a clobber? We do get a clobber. We get a ping on Chris. A thing to note is that Chris is Delhi. So that is something very important. Like, we have Delhi active right now. But Unbreakable has been spent, so we could probably just slug the Nori, the Delhi player, if that what Merc is thinking is, if Merc suspects that they're the Delhi player. Fur here in chase, going to go and leave, going back to our slug survivors. A thing to note with Psyche's being sacrificed, this turns off Thanatophobia 4, as Thanatophobia only counts hooked, injured, or dying survivors. Sacrificed survivors no longer trigger it, which means that we don't have that big gen slowdown from having all 4 survivors either injured, hooked, or dying. We're gonna get an M1 here, probably on Yamit in the corner. a little cheeky little clobber. Are we going to opt to hook? It looks like we're going to opt to hook here as our survivors are... Gives our survivors an opportunity to either reset or work away at the gens. And I think at this point you want to be working away at the gens. You want to be getting probably 2 gens popped for the win. Or if you get 1 gen pop and manage to get a fresh hook bleeding out, that will give them the tie. But Bandit being able to bleed out last game was insane. This makes Tycon a lot harder to achieve here for our survivors. We do spot Fur. Oh, they managed to get that 50. Well played. Getting that vault. Oh, they win the 50 again. Oh me, oh my. Going for a curve, but unfortunately does not connect. I want to say Fur has been playing out of their mind this on Survivor against Billy. You could tell that they have experience against this killer. I mean, with them being Dynastia's Billy player, I'm sure they're very familiar with how Billy, like what Billy can and can't curve and how to take Billy in a chase. Getting such amazing pre-drops here, but I think they do make the window. They do make the window. Yes, despite the ping, they do make that window with a fast vault. And we're going to opt to drop this as we spot a survivor working the generator here at 11. This is Chris. We're going to take a little clobber on them. Are we going to hook? It looks like we're going to hook and we're just going to eat the deli here. This is very good. This is very good for our survivors. We want the deli player hooked. And so this gives them a lot of time to just... They don't have to spend any downtime unhooking the survivor, which is big. This is like... We can see their deli is popped. Oh, we go for a read there on Fur, but Fur manages to not get hit. Oh, yeah, unfortunately there they do get hit. And at this point, Merc needs to stop both 2 gens from popping, which they do have high prog on the gen up here. Ruin is in play. We're gonna get another clobber. Our survivor is very fast. I believe that might be Sprint Burst. And they managed to get to another tile. Oh no! The rock bump. And then like looks like they're gonna run to the corner and die. It's looking like, or force a locker pull here. One of the two. Okay, they're playing locker. Yeah, they're gonna force a locker pull, which is fair enough. And this will put Chris on death hook here, which I mean, I don't hate the locker pull force, but having another survivor on death hook can be a bit scary, right? A gen does pop in the background, so we are at our win condition here. A generator cannot pop, and a survivor cannot bleed out if Merc wants the win here. Oh, yeah. If a survivor bleeds out, it is a tie here. Ooh, we're gonna get a clobber. Oh, force pull here. Giving Yamit enough time to run all the way and unhook Chris. Very good. And it looks like we are going to be put on the hook as our survivors do manage to get reset and split apart. Oh, unfortunately, Chris is immediately found. And if I was Merc here, I'll just take the down and sacrifice Chris. Even if they get the unhook, this is going to be a very good position to be in a 2v1. Ooh, we get the clobber. We know survivor is nowhere near. They get the pull. Yeah, our survivor can stay in the locker while downed. This is a very cool game made by Behavior Interactive. Very good stuff. Very good code. Not spaghetti whatsoever. Maybe I'm pretty sure that had to involve ping somehow. I'm pretty sure they were down. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's crazy. As we do spot Fur here on the tractor, they get the vault. Will we get the down? Oh no, we get a bump and we get balanced landing here. I'm pretty sure, as there was no fall sound. And it's up to Fur here to juice. Yamit is probably working away at a gen, but it is all the way down to about... Oh, very good dodge here by Fur. The gen is all the way down to like 20% here, so we're going to need to see like a 70-second chase happen here, which would require Merc to overcommit to a chase, honestly. And with also, a thing to note is all survivors have been hooked once, so there are no more fresh hooks to bleed out. And we are going to get the down here as Yamit gets off the gen and is going to hopefully try and recover this for their team. But it's going to be hard with Ruin in play. If this keeps happening, a gen can't finish because you're going to constantly force off the gen. And with Thrill of the Hunt in play, trying to get Ruin out of the way in a 2v1 seems insurmountable at this point. Like, this is very much looking like a 4k1 by Merc here, unless Merc really messes up. Which I don't think they shouldn't. Merc has been proven to be very competent, and I mean, both teams have been proven to be very competent. We go all the way up here, and as whoa. Not gonna lie, I did not see Yamit over there. Well played by Merc. Almost with a saw off the hill. That would have been very good. As we get the down here, are we gonna pick? No, we are not. As we go straight to slugging, finding Fair here. Fair getting off the gen, having to play for the somehow recover this. But unfortunately, they do not. Oh, thing to notice. Sorry. Yeah. Fair picks themselves up with Soul Guard as they are afflicted by Hex Ruin and Hex Thrill of the Hunt right now. But I do not think they will be able to pick Yamit here. Oop. Very good fast vault by them, honestly. But this is a dire situation as we do get the down here on Fur, and we're probably gonna hook Fur first, as we did note that they did pick themselves up. So Merc here could assume Soul Guard, might assume Unbreakable, and we do get the hook, and that will secure the win here for Mercy. Very good stuff, and we're gonna probably see a cheeky little Billy Mori here on poor Yamit. Oh me, oh my. Very well played here by our teams, but that will be Mercy taking the set and the match with a 2-0. Honestly, Merc was on fire tonight. Like, but and Fur on Survivor against the Billy, you could definitely see that Fur knows their Billy. Like, very well played by them, but unfortunately, because of that bleed out, that 4k1 is not a tie, and it is set win for Mercy. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys had fun with the games as much as I did. Some crazy plays on Artis, some crazy plays on Billy. Merc absolutely being crazily recovering the game 3 times in a row in the Billy set on Survivor. What a play. I'm speechless. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll see you guys all next time. Please, if you're interested in keeping in touch with our matches, we have a Discord server where the matches are posted, the match scheduling, and we do give notifications when we go live. And if Discord isn't for you, feel free to give the channel a follow. It'll notify you when we go live and all that. We have a lot of matches coming up in the near future, so I hope to see you guys there, and thank you all for being here. I'm Mal, and yeah, thank you from Blood Rush League. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye!